What's up everybody, this is Reese from C Manga and welcome to my review of Fairy Tail chapter 409, Bond of Black and White. So, to be honest, this chapter here did feel kind of very anticlimactic, you know. So I know the message they're trying to portray, which is basically like, you know, the usual bonds of friendship can overcome any power. But still, you know what I mean? So yeah, this chapter's obviously like, you know, the continuation of the two battles. You got Sting and Rogue fighting the X-Master and you got Nuts and Grey battling Mard. I'm still really perplexed as to like, you know, how Natsu can suddenly start doing damage to Mard, seeing as how not too long ago he was literally getting curb stomped. But you know what? I've stopped questioning that now, you know, it's just basic fairy tale logic. So yeah, Grey and Natsu, they're able to like parry Mard's thorns, his little thorn attacks, but you know, his increased power, obviously, you know, thanks to his increased power, he's basically like just slamming their faces into the ground and throwing them around like that. Kind of just like the Ulakura about Ichigo versus Ulakura. I know I keep referring to that just because like Mard's form is the wings, I guess. But yeah, it literally looks like he's taking inspiration from that battle there. It's like a lot. That's one of my favorite scenes in that battle. You know, literally Ichigo's flying forward, the next thing head goes flying sideways, bam, into a building. But yeah, the main focus of this battle was obviously, you know, the twin dragons. So yeah, Gemma, he's still basically like stuck in his ways at Saber. They're too weak because they care for others. Which while, you know, Sting and Rogue are obviously saying the opposite, like no, being together that makes us more powerful, you know, leading to obviously them getting beaten around until the point where the powers of friendship allow them to overcome his strength and defeat him. Simple little thing right there. I must admit, like even though it was like really a bit like there was some cool moments in it, like the whole part where Rogue, obviously Sting just got blown away, and then you got Rogue coming sneaking up behind Gemma in his shadow form. The next thing is just like, oh snap, Gemma comes down, grabs him out of the ground, and then just smashes his face in. That was just kind of awesome because like no one has really been able to counter his shadow form. So I know people probably can scream, well, Gajil did it, but then again, Gajil did it when he finally got like the shadow powers of his own. You know, them two are fighting in the shadows. That's kind of cool. But yeah, like I said, the battle itself was a little anticlimactic. They basically like, you know, said the whole thing of, well, Fairy Tail are the perfect example of like how powerful we can become, and then they end up using their little combo attack to win. Honestly, I seriously would have preferred if their combo attack was felt a little bit more like ultimate, essentially. You know, it looked just like a normal regular attack, just like, oh okay, there's no emphasis on them getting like just doing anything, you know, there's no kind of like emphasis of like, yeah, thanks to this power of friendship now we're gonna get some super power boost, and then they pulled it off. It's like, no, it's like they didn't even go into freaking Dragon Force mode. So in the end it just felt like Gemma came along just as a throwaway character, just literally just to keep Sting and Rogue out of Fairy Tail matters. So essentially like, yeah, we don't want Sting and Rogue, I don't want Sting and Rogue getting involved in this final battle against Mard, so I'm gonna give them just a character to fight. I don't even care who. Maybe the X-Master, yeah, that'll do. That's kind of how it felt, because like there was no build up to Gemma coming there, and then when he finally did, it's just nothing, you know, it's just a bit meh. So yeah, this whole thing, it literally could have just been so much more satisfying if they went into Dragon Force mode, you know, and just defeated him like that. Because like, obviously Gemma is being like super hyped up to be like this super powerful demon now, you know, this is like a final battle. It's like, yeah, he's come out of nowhere. It's like he's there going hyping himself up, saying, yeah, Mard, you're going to be next after I take care of these guys. But it was just defeated with such little effort. It just comes down to like, yeah, it's one of them things actually. It's just like how Fairy Tail battles progress, you know. They're not really drawn out. It's like most of them are over within like a chapter and a half or something like that. So literally every battle just seems a little bit insignificant, if you know what I mean. But yeah, the final pages are obviously basically, you know, Nuts and Grey, they seem to finally be able to start their counter attack. So it looks like Mard, he probably will last like another chapter or two at most. So yeah, all in all, all that said and done, you know, all in all, this chapter wasn't too bad. It did have its little moments, you know. I was just hoping for just a bit more of it, you know. Even though it would have extended this battle here out to a couple more chapters, you know, so you can kind of like see a bit more pain, less kind of, oh yeah, we need our bonds to defeat everyone. If there's a bit less of that and a bit more fight, it could have just been a good chapter, but it was just a bit, to be honest, just fell a bit short. So, you know, a good analogy of it, it's like finishing a decent meal but then still being hungry after, you know. It just like, you just wanted a bit more of it. So yeah, that about wraps up for this chapter, you know. Like I said, I was just a bit disappointed. That's a good word. So I just felt like there could have been a hell of a lot more to it than there actually was. But yeah, you guys have heard a bit from me, but you know, I'd like to hear what you guys thought of it. Let me know in the comment section below as usual. And don't forget to check out the other stuff we do on the channel. So I'll see you next time.